Dan Tortora with Coach Johanna, the beginner of the men's and women's swimming and diving teams here at LeMoyne College back in 1990. Coach, congratulations, 38th Gold Wave Hall of Fame class being inducted. Appreciate you and everything you've done. Congratulations.
Well, thanks very much. And just a minor correction.
Yes.
Our first practice was in October of 1989.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you remember the date?
I was October 17th, I believe, 1989. But there are other things about the date I would rather forget, like the level of swimming we had at that time. But you know what? It got better quickly.
Your comedy and everything that you bring personality-wise, how would you describe it? I spoke with Katie about it as she got inducted with you. How would you describe your personality and comedic approach?
Well, I would just say it's disguised intensity.
Okay.
I approach people, to me, humor is the window to the soul. And you can't dwell on it. But when things become challenging, as they do, if you want to get better, you have to leaven it with a little bit of humor. Because, like I said in my speech, I think I said so, this has to be the best time of their lives. Not a grind, not a burden. The best time of their lives. And that's the dollop of humanity you need. Sometimes just to smile.
And in today's world, that need to smile, to just take that dollop, how important do you see it today to take a step back and have a sense of humor?
Oh, I think that might actually get opposing sides to talk to one another once in a while. We are a nation built on compromise. We are a nation built on discussion and exchange of ideas. And if we can't do that anymore, if we can't sit down and laugh and have a meal or share a drink with somebody, even if that person disagrees with us, then we're in a very bad place. We're in a shadow place. And so I hope that develops. You know, if you look at athletics, I think we have that in a better measure of that than most people. Certainly better than our political and social landscape. A lot of very fierce competitors are also very fierce friends after the contest is over. And that's the way it should be.
And athletics has always been able to be a better part of society. It's amazing how a team can have different religions, different backgrounds, different nationalities, different languages, different political views, but they all come together to find a place as one toward a common goal. How does sports, in your opinion, reflect what society could be?
I think it does. And you know, that's why when issues in the greater cultural landscape do intrude on sports, the coaches that are fired because of some racist or homophobic remarks, the trash talking between teams, some of the financial, how would I put it, financial scandals that can envelop sports. You know, when those things intrude on sports, we're extra disappointed, I think, because it shouldn't be that way.
And Coach, for you to be in this dollop of smiling and happiness to see Katie O'Donnell be inducted with you, someone that you had the opportunity to coach, what does that mean to be arm in arm with her in the same induction class for the Gold Wave?
Oh, it's really terrific because it, in a way, it validates my approach, a little bit at least. And there is nobody more driven and more intense than Katie O'Donnell. And sometimes she needed to be led away from that a little bit, to sit back and say, hey, Katie, relax. It's going to be all right. Get a good night's sleep. Read a comic book. I don't care what you do, but relax. And she absolutely is a great example of a life sport balance.
You said that you're at peace in starting the men's and women's swimming and diving teams, that you're at peace to move forward. How did you find that peace?
Well, it's interesting that you should mention that. And not too long from now, I will be ordained into the Episcopal Church as a priest. And that peace is easy to find. It's available to all of us.
And you said moving from coaching to being a priest. How did you find this next chapter? What led you here?
I have been involved increasingly in the church over the past 12 years. The calling to be a priest, probably a substitute or a part-time priest. started to evolve in me probably 5 years ago. But I told my wife, okay, I'm not going to drop $60,000 on seminary. I might not have a wife if I had done that. So I had to do it part-time through various divinity schools and so forth, some online courses, some courses here at LeMoyne. And eventually they added up to where I could take the ordination test, which I did reasonably well on.
And now, as you have this piece, as you step forward, Adam taking over the program and alum, what makes him the right leader?
He wants to take over the world, the swimming world. But he wants to take over the world, and he's got the energy and intensity and enthusiasm to do that. I find that drifting away from me a little bit my last couple years, and it was time. It was absolutely time. And Adam and I sat down before he took over, and I said, talking about plans for the team and so forth and so on. And one of the things I said was, you know what, Adam? The way we practice, the intensity with which we practice, all that's pretty much in place. Our focus on academics is in place. It's good to tell a joke once in a while, but I would move everyone's practice to 6 o'clock in the morning. They're fresh for the day, and once they get used to it, they'll love it. And so far, so good.